No worries. DFC podcast episode 12. Gully, we're back again. Yeah, 12. What are you doing? 12. Back again. Finally, I mean, you're seeing the wide shot who we've got here, but an introduction is needed. I've got Bradley Fowle, Jack Watson with us as well today. Gully, you're joined by Gully, obviously. How are you?
I'm good, bro. Always happy to be here.
Yeah?
Always happy to be here. Positive energy, man.
Yeah. Another exciting one.
Yep.
Finally got these two in the same room, albeit last time it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And finally the fight's on.
Yes.
It's on. Come on.
It's on.
Yes.
This is a massive fight. Boys, first of all, Brad, how you doing?
I'm all well, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How's like I said, how excited are you to finally get this on with Jack?
I'll be honest, I can't wait for the training camp to be over and just crack on with Christmas, mate, to be honest. But yeah, no, we're flying. We're all good.
Yeah. Jack?
I think we feel the same, to be honest with you guys.
Yeah,
close to Christmas.
Closer. Yeah.
Want to get it over and done with now and chill out for Christmas with the kids and family at home.
But you got something to defend first.
What, my belt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, this man is the one that's trying to take it off you. In the last fight against, obviously, Power 3, you finished it dramatically and took the belt off a very respected and good fighter. Now you're being hunted. How are you feeling, obviously, being on the other side of it now and being the one that's hunted? Is that giving you a bit more motivation?
Yeah, it does. I think I was more motivated probably for the Power 3 fight because obviously he was top dog and he was the king on there, and obviously he's not no more. Obviously, I'm still motivated for the Brad fight because it is a very, very good fight. It's meant to have happened 3 or 4 times now. It's just fell through, but now it's finally on, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, you as well, Brad. Like you said, 3 or 4 times is meant to happen. I know you want to get to Christmas, but before that, you've got a job to do, and you've got to go and take the title off that man.
Yep.
Listen, what?
It's also for a vacant title as well.
And a vacant title, yeah. So
weight above.
Potentially double bubble. But like I said to you, now you're here and this man's in front of you and you're going to be fighting him. How does it feel to finally get the fight arranged and organised and going on your part?
Mate, like you said, it's the 4th time it's supposed to have been scheduled now. It's probably up there with the biggest fight the unlicensed circuit scene. I just can't wait for my shot. Like I said, I only want to fight him because he's one of the best in the country. That is the only reason. And now we're 2 weeks and 1 day away and counting.
What do you think about this guy? This is a big fight.
It is, still. This is definitely this is elite, especially within the realm of the DFC universe, so to speak. This is really elite fight. Obviously, I can appreciate there's a certain air of professionalism in the room.
Yeah.
A lot of respect in the room.
Yeah, of course. There's no bad blood between.
Do you know what I mean?
Between us, like I say, I'd never come into a fight with bad blood hating someone, and I couldn't with Brad anyway. He's too nice and respectful himself. There's no bad blood in this fight whatsoever.
Yeah. Apart from when you two step in the ring, though.
Yeah, of course. And it's the same as Power 3.
Yeah.
I was mates with him leading up to the fight, even still now. But when you're in there, you've got to do a job. Shake hands after and it's done.
You agree?
100%.
Yeah.
That's how boxing should be. You shouldn't be getting in there, enemies hating each other and then carrying on the feud after. It's done.
Yeah, I got. Let's go back a bit to visit, obviously, how we got here. The fight was meant to happen on DFC before. It didn't happen. The training camp was done, obviously, from your part. Talk to me a little bit. Did that frustrate or annoy you slightly because of what you obviously had to train for, as I'm sure Jack would appreciate if he's fought before and leading up to stuff that hasn't happened. But how did that make you feel at the time?
There's always an air of frustration because I invest a lot of time and a lot of money. Obviously, I'm still working as well, so I work. I see my missus and my kids minimal time. So when I'm deep into training camp, I'm deep. She sees me for about 2 hours a day if you're lucky. So there's always an air of frustration, waste of money, waste of time. But Obviously, I was scheduled to fight 4 weeks after that anyway. Although I just started peaking fitness for Jack, obviously we toned it back down and we had to step it back up again. It's just one of them.
Mm. And obviously for you, Jack, as well, talk to us a little bit about that, because that fight was meant to happen.
Do you know what it was? Oh man, it was my mistake taking a fight too close.
That fight
to
was a Swindon fight.
To such a massive fight, which is my downfall really. Same as what Flip says. You're too. Oh, I'll fight here, I'll fight there. Sometimes you just got to sit back and think, is it really worth travelling on these away shows and having dodgy decisions, fighting people heavier than you have, shit purses and whatever. I should have just solely concentrated on the Brad fight and hold my hands up.
Yeah.
Fight.
Like, obviously we're here now. The fight is happening, Golly.
2 weeks.
2 weeks time.
Brad speaks on you very respectfully.
Yeah. And I speak the
That
same
is-
of him.
I was going to say,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Do you consider him in your league?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Yeah?
1,000,000%.
Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't fight him. I don't. Well, what's the point getting in there knocking bums over? If he wasn't good, I wouldn't fight him.
That's
There
an
is a
interesting
risk.
point, yeah.
There is a risk that I do get beat. There's a risk he gets beat. But you've got to lay your cards on the table and fight what's in front of you.
Definitely. So you don't seem like you're under any real pressure, you know?
Not now until the final bell goes, and then you see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I respect that.
I want to bring something up. It's quite interesting because obviously since this fight's announced, a little birdie's told me that you work with some of Brad's family.
Yeah, we work for the same firm.
So how's that kind of banter?
To be honest, there's not.
No.
Because Ryan, what's he? Your uncle, or is Shelby your auntie? Or
Ryan's my uncle.
I work with his uncle Ryan,
Yeah.
but he works out of a different yard as well, so I
Yeah.
don't really see him.
Yeah,
So there's not really much banter,
Yeah.
to be fair, because we don't see each other.
yeah. It's interesting. As I said, you guys know mutuals and have mutuals
Yeah.
as well. So has there sort of been any conversations that you've had? This is a big fight. So
Yeah,
people
cool,
are
yeah.
talking about it. So have you had?
Yeah, but it's
people
like
that
he can
mutuals
say
had
to
con-
Ryan, "Oh, what's he look like at work? Does he look in shape? Does he look this? Does he look that?" But I don't see him. I rarely see
The
him.
problem is I don't dive too much into stuff. I don't concentrate too much on other people,
Yeah.
right? So I'm cracking on and doing my thing. So he could be in the shape of his life, right? And with all due respect, he's going to need to be. He's going to need to be the best Jack we've seen. But at the same time, I'm going to need to be the best of me as well. As long as I'm the best of me there can be, I'm not diving into what he's doing. I believe it's enough.
I wanted to ask because the weight
Yeah.
that this fight, would you say the extra weight favours, or do you think that favours you?
Him probably does favour him because he walks around heavier
I've
than me.
never been so happy. Coming out the back of that last fight, I weighed 69.9, right?
And you've said before, you've not been under 70 for a couple of years.
I ain't been sub 70 since 2022.
Exactly, and that's my normal fighting weight. I normally fight at 68 kilo,
Yeah.
but I was going to just quit the boxing. I couldn't be bothered with it, to be honest with you. Got into the gym, started eating loads, and I thought I'll only take the fight if he's at a higher weight. And Brad slapped it up like that.
And I am 0.4 kilo away from weight this morning, and I'm eating the best I ever have. So I've never been so happy.
So not restricting yourself.
I haven't got. This
over.
is the first time in my whole life I'm not gonna have to get in the sauna. So I feel on top of the world, mate.
I think you will be over after today, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just at pizza right there.
But, you know, we talk about power, which obviously, this is an interesting fight because technically, would you say you're more of the technical boxer and he's more power?
Yeah.
And how do you, from your experience and obviously just knowing Brad, how does that transcend in the fight? How does that look? How do you deal with that?
Just deal with it as it comes. You got to act like a chameleon in this game and adapt.
Yeah.
You've got to adapt to different boxing styles. If you can't adapt to someone that's power and coming forward, you're no good. You're not always going to box someone that's going to be the same boxing ability as you. You're going to have someone that's going to be a fighter, rough and ready, or you could box someone that's a boxer and technical. So until the final bell goes, that's when my game plan comes.
Yeah. And for you as well, I mean, you've said it before, you're going to be looking, I mean, when we spoke last time, and I know obviously when the fight was meant to happen before, your intentions are that you're going to have to go and look, you're more looking for a stoppage rather than a decision. Is that still the case?
It's not the case of looking for it so much.
Oh, Brad can box. I think he don't think he can box.
I always say that I do underplay my own boxing ability. If I've got someone that's willing to stand in front of me and box, then, you know what I mean, I'm happy to have that round or 2 rounds. But at times I'm going to be made to miss more than I've been made to miss before. And I'm probably going to get caught more than I've been caught before early on. But I can take a really good shot.
Yeah.
And I will come forward and I'm not going to stop pressing. So it's not a case of looking for it. It's just, if I'm getting outboxed, that is my only way of winning.
Interesting. And for you as well, is it, so you more worried about being outboxed rather than the power from Jack? Or is it that element of it you're worried more about them, say, his power? Obviously, we've seen what he done to Luke Palfrey.
They think I don't hit hard. From the Palfrey fight, my mate was sitting in front of him, and he could hear them both saying, "He ain't got no power. He's got no power. He's got no power." And Franco admitted it. He said, "Yeah, we did say that. We did say that."
I've held my hands up and said it,
Yeah,
but
no, he has. He's truthful and he's very respectful in what he does say.
Yeah,
he won't sit there and say, "No, you can't do this. You can't do that."
At the same time, how many times did you button? And I like Palfrey.
Yeah.
How many times did you button him with a
Yeah.
left hook backhand?
Of course.
So eventually,
it
it
was
should
gonna
have
happen,
fucking
yeah,
took
of
its
course,
toll.
yeah.
So it should have took its toll.
To be fair, I think I could have done it a round earlier, but got told to sit down a bit on the shots a little bit more. And then I see the opening, and he's lucky the ropes were there, to be honest with you.
it was quite a bad knockout.
Yeah.
No, but obviously that's led us to here. Really,
Of course, yeah.
Anywhere in and around, I always say from like middleweight, super middleweight, and light heavyweight, you carry speed and you've got power. You've got a bit of whip. They are the 3 weights for me that you've got that element that you've got that element of both. So it's not a case of I don't think he hits hard. I just don't think he's looked upon as a puncher as such.
Yeah, of course.
But he doesn't need to. He's got a lot of experience. He's been boxing a long time.
You guys have had quite a lot of interesting interactions. I know you lot respect each other, but I need to ask, like, you have a fight, allegedly, you can tell me if I'm wrong or right, you buy a ticket for him to turn up to watch you.
Oh, my last fight.
So that he can get an idea of what you might look like, or you're letting him in.
But I don't need to be there to see it. I know.
Mm.
I've seen him plenty of times. So, and it always seems to fall on the week of my call out when he's fighting.
Talk me a little bit about that last fight, because I will ask you about this as well. What was your thoughts on obviously your last outing, which has just sort of gone?
I was unbelievable for 2-3 rounds, and then for the first time in my life, I fatigued. I don't know why.
Maybe the weight.
I have no answers for it. Like I said, we'll get onto that. I weighed in at 69.9 in July. I boxed a boy called Josh Tidman.
Yeah.
Jack's boxed him as well. And I beat him based on rounds 4 and 5. So I was the one that come on strong. But I think I come in the ring on that day at 75. The plan going into the last fight was not to bulk up too much, be light on my feet. I think I got in the ring the next day at 71.5. So I only put on 2 kilo. And I just, after 2-3 rounds, I just had nothing left. Maybe it was a refueling process. Maybe because he got in the ring on the day at 81 kilo. Could have all played a part, who knows. But like I said, I was unbelievable for 2 or 3 rounds, and after that I just had nothing.
What did you think of it, Jack?
I haven't actually seen it. I've seen clips of it, but I can't really go much on the fight itself. I've seen clips of it.
Is there any fights that you've seen of Brad's that you look at, and there's anything that you take from it that kind of makes you think about what you've got to do in the ring, or is there anything that surprises you about what he does?
What he said there, he comes on late in the fight, which will play a massive factor for him, because I could be 3 rounds up easy going into this fight, and he comes on strong the last 2 rounds. I know he can punch. Get caught with a shot and end up getting stopped myself. You just don't know until the moment's there in front of you.
There's a lot of obviously respect here between them,
Mm-hmm.
but is there? Do you ever get from him sometimes a sense of like arrogance? Is that something you can draw from Brad or his part?
Yeah, but you've got to be confident in your own ability. Or what's the point getting in there? The same as we said about Armstrong earlier. He believes his own height. If you don't believe your own height, what's the point getting in there? The level of a fight like this. It's the same as Palfrey. Before I knew Flips, it was, you won't fight him, blah blah blah. And I'd said to him, my ability, I will get in there and I'll beat him. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think I could do it.
I boxed. How soon did I? When was the Palfrey fight?
I can't even remember now.
Earlier on in the year, wasn't it?
I boxed the month before it, and
Yeah.
Flips was at my fight.
Yeah.
And I told him the way that fight would go. Flips can back me up. I said Watson would beat him. I said Palfrey's a puncher, but can he find a home for the shot? Is the problem.
But he's been known to be a puncher.
But I've got a little bit more. Probably a bit more technically better than him as well.
Yeah, I do believe that. You could telegraph Palfrey's punches, and I played him into a trap. I knew what he was going to do. He loads up with his shots. And I think Brad's just a little bit.
I'm a little bit fresher, a little bit sharper.
Yeah,
but
I do agree.
I'm easily drawn in as well.
Yeah.
My own undoing is that I'm easily drawn into a dogfight. That's my biggest undoing.
What's the age difference here?
That was my next question. You're sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are you, 21?
I'm 21.
Yeah, I'm 29.
Okay.
I'm OAP.
So all of the boys that I say this all the time. All of the boys that I'm considered up there with.
Yeah, of course.
The Watsons, the Palfreys, they've all got like 8,
years in
9,
front of him,
10 years on me. So I've still got a long way to go.
I don't know if I told you this one.
And I'm learning all the time.
You never stop
First,
learning.
man. You definitely have got like a distinct maturity about you, though, bro. I don't know if I said this the first time we met.
Yeah, no, you did.
Yeah,
even when you said that again, I'm always shocked when you say. I'm always surprised, man.
Yeah, no. How many fights have you had in total?
What was I? 15-3 K1, and I'm 16-3-1 now, so I'm like 38 fights deep.
38 fights. Do you think though that boxing regularly, and Jack, you do this as well, or have done before? So, do you think that boxing too regularly, takes its toll on you? And I'll go to Brad first. Even though you're 21, you fought a lot for a 21-year-old. 38 fights is a lot for the age that you're at. Because I remember I met you obviously on another show, and you'd boxed for what, since you were 16, 15?
I turned over boxing when I was in 2021, so I was 17.
Yeah.
But I kickboxed from like 11.
Yeah. So do you think that takes a toll, or is that something you found sort of harder to deal with over the years? I say you are only 21, but it's a lot of fights.
As I'm getting older, I'm just I say older, like over like the last 3 or 4 fights, I've just been implementing a little bit more rest. So when I was like 16, 17, 18, I used to just fucking train twice a day, 7 days a week. I didn't need rest, but now I need to take time out. Working as well as hard with training. So I just take a little bit of time out and take my odd day off. I'll feel better, to be honest, with the more rest I implement into training.
What about you, Joe? That's something that, you're a bit older.
I'm 8 years older and I've had 68 fights. I don't look at wins, losses, because I believe records are for DJs. It doesn't bother me. Like, I've boxed kids that have had 50 fights and beat them, and then last week I've gone and sparred a kid who's had 6 bouts, won 6, stopped 6, and he's probably given me the hardest spar I've ever had in my life. And he's had 6 fights. But going on the boxing regularly and that, to be honest with you, I think I only do it because I'm bored. I'll get a tag on a Facebook page, do you want to come to Salisbury, Swindon, Coventry for these fights? I think, yeah, why not? I'll go and do it. Don't train, turn up and do what I do. Obviously, it's hard to win on the road, and going by my last fight, it's probably the worst performance I've ever had. You would probably say the same thing with James Surrey. Probably was the worst performance I've had. It didn't help. I got there. Sam backed me up here. And weight does play a massive factor. We both weighed in at 70 kilo, and he got in the ring at 80 kilo. And when they're standing in front of me, I thought, Jesus Christ, he's huge.
That's what happened to me.
I thought, he is fucking massive. And got there. It was a funny story, really. I opened up the boot, the car. I thought, where the fuck's my bag? I left my boxing kit at home, so I had to borrow a heavyweight shorts that I was constantly rolling up during the fight. I had to go and get some gloves, go and get some boots from Sports Direct. I looked like a proper journeyman on an away show. I was getting booed and all sorts. And he beat me, and obviously the fight didn't happen with Brad because he broke 3 of my ribs. And that's the part you play of getting in there with someone that big.
That was quite a complicated injury for you because it wasn't.
No, because I felt
from it.
I felt fine. You know what it was? I felt fine with it because I thought, yeah, I'll be able to push through it. And then I started sparring. I thought, no, I can't breathe. And then it caused me other complications. I ended up getting an inflamed heart due to it as well. And I got put on medication. So there's no, oh, you're scared to fight. You were scared to fight. You're making excuses because I wouldn't be here now. Health is more important at the time. But just glad the fight's here now.
You've got big responsibility now. Like, say, come December.
Yeah, of course, 1,000,000%. It's all the weights on my shoulders. Yeah, I'm the champion of DFC and got 2 belts on the line.
Come December, if that fight goes the way you want it to go on the night, and then you win the 2 belts, what's kind of your mentality going to be? Because is that going to change the way that you kind of move within the boxing scene?
I've already spoke to it with Flips and Louis. DFC is my home now. Obviously, I've boxed on these other shows, and like Flips says, the rinky-dink promotions and whatever else. But I just fight on these shows because I just get bored and I think I want to float about. But DFC is my home now. Whether I do win or lose, I will be staying on DFC.
Sick.
Brad, as well. You fought on a couple of shows. Obviously, you have your home show as well that you fight on. But what kind of this fight goes your way? You've got a big responsibility now. Is it something where you're going to manage or change the way that you move, maybe going into next year, because you'll have more titles? And
I always said whatever happened, we're probably looking at providing all goes well. In 2 weeks. I'm still only 21.
Yeah.
I've got a massive fan base. I've got unbelievable sponsors and a big financial backing to do well in boxing. But I'm glad I haven't made that change before now, because I've had things that I wanted to complete where I am. Beating Jack was one of them. And beating Luke Palfrey was one of them also. So if the opportunity comes, I'll take it. By like the middle of next year, I want to call a halt on it and look to turn pro. But obviously there's people I want to beat first, and there's things I want to tie up where I am. But if I can leave DFC like middle of next year on a high, then I'll be happy.
The fight though, is a very respectable face-off, but there is obviously, they both have a will to win. You can see it in both of their eyes. They both want to win this. And they both believe that they are the person who's going to win this. What are your kind of take on it?
It's just different to be so. It's different because obviously the level of familiarity they have as people outside of the ring, outside of this fight, it's different. In terms of the fights that we've had, in terms of face-offs, because we've had some real hostile face-offs, bro, in the last couple of years, bro.
You have
we've had face-offs for guys are bringing half their postcode with them to the face-off.
Yeah, but they're not in there with them.
Do you know what I mean?
You've got to use the same energy in the face-offs that you're going to use in the ring, or what's the point?
Yeah.
So I think, what's the point being cocky and arrogant now, and then I'll get in there and get flatlined by Brad? What's the point? Yeah. Just keep it on a mutual level, and then I think that's the best way to go.
Is there any part of you, bro, that just feels like as the older, more experienced fighter, the champ, all of the above, is there any part of you that feels like you're kind of just getting ready to take him to school a bit? Whilst I understand that you respect, obviously,
yeah, of course,
respect what he brings.
I think what it is I'm too nice. I don't have bad things to say about people because it can always turn and bite you on the arse. So I don't think I'm going to say I'm going to get in there and give him a boxing lesson, because he might give me a boxing lesson, and then I'll look like a fool.
Do you think though that is a bit of? I hear what you're saying, but do you think that can go against you sometimes? Because whilst you can respect your opponent, you can also be confident in
Yeah, of
yourself
course, yeah.
in what you do and say what you want to say.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Because it builds your profile up. And worrying less maybe about what if this happens.
Yeah,
and
of
what
course,
if that happens.
course.
See
Yeah.
where I'm coming
In my
from?
head, of course, I think I'm going to get in there and beat him. Otherwise, why would I fight him?
Yeah.
Mm.
That's what I was leading to my next question. What if we talk about the fight on the night? You've obviously both seen each other fight numerous
I
times.
guarantee you this will be the best fight DFC have seen.
How do you win?
Just depends. I don't have a game plan going into any fight until the first bell goes. It takes me a round to work them out, download the information, and then see how it goes. It's the same with Luke Palfrey. He had his little game plan going into the fight, and he played the wrong game plan. I got in there without a game plan. First and second round, I've worked out that I could use the feint and draw him in. To be honest with you, I could have stopped him a round earlier.
So do you think that makes it so? I kind of draw from that. Do you think that makes it hard for you, for your opponent to read you because of the way that you are? You don't necessarily go in there with a strategy.
Game plan, no, because
does that make you a more difficult fighter?
I could sit there and watch 10 of his fights. He might get in there and for his 11th fight and box completely different. So I don't sit there and think, I can do this, because you box different every fight. But I do think Brad only does box one way. Like you say, he's a forward fighter. He comes forward. You don't really see him take a step back, to be honest with you.
No, and I'll go over to you. He says that you've got one way of boxing, forward fighter, coming forward.
I don't see him boxing on the back foot.
What
I
if
don't
that
think I've
doesn't
ever
work
seen him
on the
boxing on the
night?
back foot.
Do you obviously, look, Franco is your coach, very respected, good coach, come from a good gym, but are you looking at other things? Because of what Jack Watson's done, are you looking at other ways, or you're going to have a second game plan? Because if that doesn't work, do you worry that you won't have, if that's the only way that he believes that you fight, if you agree with that or not, do you believe that you've got something else hidden from us that we may not have seen before?
I'm actually, and this doesn't mean on the night I won't revert to type.
Yeah.
I may well revert to what I know best. But Franco's gone away on a bit of business. Franco left a couple of days after my last fight. He's back on fight week. I've actually been training under someone else twice a day, 6 days a week. And we have got a little saying in store for Jack, and I'm trying to bring a different approach to the fight. But like I said, that doesn't mean on the night I won't revert to type, because I always do. I've always worked on little things. Like, I've watched a lot of Jack's fights, and I've got a way in which I want to approach the fight. But if he boxes my brain off for the first round, I'm going to revert to what I know. That's as straight down the line as it gets.
You best have that game plan now then.
I'm going to dip my hands in tight like I always do, and I'll walk you down and walk you down and walk you down, and I will not stop coming. So if my game plan does fail, and the things I've got in this approach to this fight don't go ahead in the first round, you'll just see the Brad that everyone always sees.
Is there a bit of worry there, though? I'll tell you why. Not from you. I'm not saying you're worried, but I'm asking, say that game plan doesn't work. Jack Watson's done what he's done to Luke Palfrey. What if he does? Is there that worry that if you're too maybe hesitant with what you're doing, that in the first round it might bite you in the arse a bit, to be brutally honest with you? You take a shot, one too many, and that can change. So all these different things you have to think about. Do you find it difficult, is this going to be one of your hardest fights?
It'll be my hardest fight to date.
Yeah.
Do I think I'm going to get as much punishment I've had in the past? Maybe not. Because like I said, that's not what Jack brings to the table. Jack brings a different skill set to the table to what you've seen me box before. So maybe I won't get as much stick, no. But yes, it's my hardest fight to date.
Yeah.
So in terms of what you said about your aspirations for next year and how your future could look, would you say, like, at this current stage now, fights of this caliber, that they are really important as you kind of like make that transition from, like arguably like non-professional or semi or whatever the case may be, until obviously going into full-blown pro? Would you say like a fight such as this one, like a bit of a feather in the cap, so to speak, kind of thing? Because obviously you're heading, obviously whilst I don't know where your boxing future may look post this fight, obviously you're presumably heading.
He's younger and fresher, so obviously he's
like it's only gonna get harder for you, really, isn't it? Like from here on out, sort of thing. Do you know?
Like I said, Jack's name is an achievement that most of the unlicensed circuit want on their record.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
A lot of boys have put their name on his record and just been on the wrong end of it. They've just taken L's. Like everyone's took that step too far, maybe a step too soon, and lost to him.
Right.
But also, people have got my name on their record as a win for my own mistakes of not being fit, being overweight, being robbed on away shows. But like I say, records are for DJs. I couldn't care if you're 50 and 0. You've got 2 arms and 2 legs. I'm getting in there with you.
It's interesting. How do you've kind of half answered it, but your game plan and what you'll revert to if it doesn't work. But how, in your head, do you see this fight going against Jack on December the 7th?
I think we're both slow starters. Maybe one of us will come out the trap and do something mad. I highly doubt it though. We're both slow. We'll feel our way into what will be a good fight.
And that's why I believe it will be the best fight DFC has seen.
Yeah.
Not due to, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath, but it will be a highly skilled boxing match.
And I'll openly say it because he's a good mate of mine. We're going to do fucking well to top Marlon's last performance. The boy was incredible. I couldn't have been any closer to action. It's the best fight I think I've ever seen live.
Do you not think Gatty made him look better than what he is? To me, I think, I just said to Gatty out there, I think he stood there and he was a punch bag.
Gatty brought a performance out of Marlon that I don't know if we're going to see again. Gatty made Marlon get out of bed in the morning and put in the shift he put in. So that may well have been the best Marlon we've ever seen, but he did look fucking unreal.
He did look good. He did look good.
So to top his performance on the night is going to be something special. But I do think if anyone is capable of doing it, it's the pair of us.
So this could potentially be fighting tonight.
This is the top of the pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Co-main.
I don't think there is a fight that's been on DFC with 2 boys with the boxing background and combat sport background that we've had, with how many fights we've had, and to both get in there and put it on the line for 2 belts. I don't think there has been a fight on DFC as there with 2 high caliber fighters, because Marlon hasn't had many boxing fights, has he? And neither's Gatty.
Transitioned over to from
K1. Yeah, it's different. K1's different. Yeah, same as amateur boxing. I had 30 amateur belts. They're completely different to getting in there with these unlicensed or semi-pro, whatever you want to call it.
I think one that may come close, in my opinion, is probably, and I probably say it because of the magnitude of it at the time, but it was K-Dan and Alessandro, because K-Dan was somebody who was constantly fighting on DFC. Alessandro come in as kind of the unknown, not underdog, unknown.
But I've done the same with Luke Pelfrey.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying to you.
Flips didn't know me. You didn't know me.
You announced yourself like the same way.
Yeah.
Brad is now jumping in and announcing himself.
He's in my shoes.
I'm trying, man. This is the 3rd time I've tried to crack it. I think we're going to get it in, like I said, we've got 2 weeks and 1 day.
First time he had 2 fighters on the ropes like this, he just didn't fight anyone. That was it the first or second time? That was Marco and all them boys. There was a number of fighters in the ring, and I think I've just told all of them just get up there and just start.
I think Brad wanted a Royal Rumble that night.
Right, no.
I feel like I was.
He didn't even let me get involved in the interview. I wanted to get involved, and he didn't want me in there.
Getting pulled from pillar to post, man.
Yeah. You lot, I was gonna say. So obviously you know a fair bit of people mutually, yeah. Are there? Well, I guess I'm asking you together, but separately also. Has there been rumblings about this fight between people who you mutually know?
Yeah, because you didn't. Because you answered, but you didn't answer it before. And we did.
What do you mean? Is there people, my fans and his fans, that don't like
sure,
each
you
other?
know, like you two. So my question really was more so that you guys obviously, maybe like through work or through personal life and whatnot, you guys, there are people mutually who you both know.
Yeah.
And so I wondered, like, for those people there, are there kind of like rumblings between those people about who's going to win or who they reckon might take it? That sort of thing.
Because we asked it earlier, but we didn't really get the answer. And I'm saying to you lot, like, the fight on social media has got quite big. There's got to be a bit of back and forth, even banter.
I'm sure I've heard some side quest of a flip of a coin going around the yard. He works out. A couple of people think me, a couple of people think him. Obviously, none of that patch know me. So everyone that works in his area, the only two people that know me are family. Yeah. So obviously they've got me, but.
But that's the only way.
It's become like a 50-50 toss.
But his mutual people don't know my mutual people. Where I'm 8 years older than him, we don't have the same. We don't have the same friend group. It's only the people at work.
Yeah, of course. That's a fair point.
But all this sort of.
But there are bets made on the fight with.
Already.
Yeah, with it's not Brad's uncle, it's his mate, and one of the supervisors at work, and then there's another one.
So hang on. So is this 10 grand being thrown around now, or whatever it was?
It was never 10 grand anyway. It was a grand.
Put a grand on it.
To Franco.
Franco said, "I've got real money." I said, "Look, personally, and you're even saying to yourself, he's my best mate. I've seen him. The only time I've seen him lose is if he's a dosser and he don't put in the work, which he has, because I told him you've got to put it in for you because of the respect you got for each other, and it's a big fight." And being beaten on the show, like you say, he fought Josh Tidman, he got robbed. Like, grand scheme of things, he got robbed. We walked away from there and I said to him, you can't really have too many of these fights because of, you go to a boy's show, his dad's running it, and his dad's on the rope telling the ref what to do, you're never going to win the fight.
Yep.
Like, you're already 2 rounds down, but that's nothing to be worried about.
I said to Franco, he's my best mate, I think he's the best on the scene unlicensed.
And a lot of people say the same about Brad.
So I said to him, if you really want to bet, I'll have a bet with you. I don't mind putting the grand down. And he said to me, I'll put a lot more on. Me being me, because I'm big mouth, I said, you have to get some investors in then, because you're going to take all your money.
Oh, he's an investor.
Yeah, I know he is. That's why I said it joking. He said, well, what do you want? I haven't got Instagram anymore, but I will have a bet with Franco. Whatever he wants to bet, I don't mind betting it. Don't bother me. Because of, like, you've got a grin, I've got a grin, because of, I back him because he's my mate. Franco backs you because he trains you. So
I don't have a backing of a trainer because I don't have one.
I'm the closest thing to a trainer he's got, and I go to the gym and turn his running machine on. That's all he does, or I take him to. He don't train like you train, because if he knows what he's doing. Like, I've been in his corner to be his corner man before. I don't box. I've watched boxing, K1, UFC, everything all my life. But what can I go in there and tell him when he's had 68 fights? I can pass him a drinks bottle and tell him, yeah, I think you won that round, mate. Like,
100%. Yeah.
Like, you know yourself.
Do you think?
I'm here for the wages on the night because, like I said, anyone that makes money that's backing me, I'm DMing you my percentage of
He
profits.
wants a cut. He wants a cut.
I ain't winning and not winning from this fight. You know what I'm saying? So you can have a wager with. I'll tell you what, you're gonna see about 40 bods there on the night in Brad Fowle t-shirts. Have a pound of each and every one of them, and I'll just take 30p off of each, man.
I've got bad gambling problems, I'll at least have 100 quid with them all.
Sweet, I'm down. Look, listen, if there's a cut I can make in this, you can bet everyone. I'll send my dad your way. He will bet thousands, so you can play games with him.
But I'm gonna win the bet, so I just have to give you a cut of my winnings at the end.
Exactly.
That's the logic of it.
Literally. Well, allegedly.
December the 7th.
Time will tell.
But that's why these two boys are good, because of, like you say, Brad's got a bit about himself, Jack's got a bit about himself.
100%.
I know you both are well respectful of each other, but grand scheme of things, deep down, both of these boys think they're going in there and winning. It's 100%. Not like they're both too modest to each other when they're sitting there against each other. Oh, you're this, you're that. But behind everything they're saying, Brad's going in there thinking, right, I'm walking him down. I know that's not your game plan this time, like you said.
Like I said, I haven't really got a game plan. I've just took a slightly different approach to this fight because of how good he can box.
You might as well have had a chair at the table.
Yeah.
Is you're walking him down, you're thinking you're going to walk him down, beat him up. Yep. He thinks he's going to pick you apart and beat you that way because that's how he boxes usually. Yep. You've both got to have that because otherwise you ain't getting into a big fight like this. You might as well just go and sit indoors and just say I've lost.
Like I said, there's not 1% of me that's going into this fight thinking that I'm not leaving a champion. I promise you, and this is no disrespect to Jack, I'd rather die in a car crash on the way than lose to this man. Like, he is an unbelievable talent.
Touch wood there, man.
But I do genuinely believe that if I turn up the best me, I'm too much on the night. But there's only one way to find out.
That is December the 7th, Ballin, Maidstone in Kent. Two warriors, a lot on the line. A lot of conversations going on outside. I'm going to get a final.
There can only be one dog in the yard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there can only be one dog in the yard.
Oh, man.
final message to your fans and everyone that's supporting you leading up to this fight, because this will be the last thing that they probably see before the fight.
I've got an army of support coming. I want to just thank everyone for buying tickets. I'll bring the same continued support to every single fight. We'll bring the fight of the night on the night.
Jack?
And
I think
sorry.
this is the same answer Brad's give. I appreciate everyone that's bought tickets. Their hard-earned money they've spent on the show. And I hope to do you all proud.
Gali, man. 7th of December.
I'm excited, man. 2 belts. I'm excited, bro.
We'll let it unfold on the night. Thanks for watching.
Madness, DFC Title.
Yeah,
I swear to
yeah.
God. It's going to be a madness.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Obviously, Instagram is official DFC_. YouTube is DFC Season. Follow us, and tickets are available via both fighters, or anyone that watches this on YouTube. If you want to reach out to DFC's Instagram as well. And tickets will be available on the door. Come down. It's going to be an exciting one. Get a handshake over the table, boys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What have we got at our other? What have we got at the other one? And what was it? Sabi?
Yeah.
Yeah, also we got the unofficial DFC unofficial DFC bookie.
Just to say,
Sammy 365.
what Flip said to me joking around, I got my mate's tattoo on my arm from one of the boxing clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Flip said that, sent us that picture of DFC and said, are you getting that on your arm? I said to him, look, Jack's the man. I said, if he does double champ, I'll have Watson with that underneath it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
that's cold.
Sammy 365 is going to have a tattoo of DFC on it with Jack if he wins.
I've already got a cake made, by the way, with Brad Fowle with the DFC belt on it. Like,
Am I invited to this party?
and the new in gold icing, like it's all coming, bro.
Balloons drop from the top of Ballin. All of that shit. This is the whole thing.
You've ruined my entrance.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the 7th.